Alright, let's look, should I chase this guy down? Yeah, let's do it, why not? Ridiculous, man. There's no way it only makes 175 horsepower. It's so fast. This is the most capable naked bike I've ever put on track, no doubt.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to a special episode of Yammy Noob. Today we are doing the very difficult, very hard task, the unholy task of taking Aprilia's fantastic Tuono V4 1100 factory on track. You guys have probably seen my first kind of detailed splash video that I put out about this thing, where I promised you guys I'd do a first ride and I forgot. So I brought it out to the track to have some fun with it. So if you did see that video, you'll know that this motorcycle is motivated by a 1077cc 65-degree V4 making 175 horsepower. It's got full electronic suspension, all the doodads, all this wizardry on it. It is a fantastic motorcycle. So we're going to take it out on track today and see how it does. Alright guys, so as I mentioned, the V4 is a pretty spectacularly equipped motorcycle, electronic suspension front and rear, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the only thing I've done to this thing is just lower the tire pressure a little bit. We're at 31 for these Diablo Rossi Super Corsas, a very sticky track day specific tire. And then I just went in the settings and found track mode and kind of dialed back the ABS and the stability control just to have some fun with the thing. It's way more complicated than most bikes I put on track. My race bike just has traditional mechanically adjustable suspension, and today as well we've also got an RS660 out on track that's just got rebound adjustment. So this is way more complicated than I'm used to, but we're still gonna have fun with it and see how it goes. So let's get it out on track.
Alrighty, everybody, heading out on track with the Tuono 1100 V4 factory. Gonna warm up these tires a little bit and then we'll get into this right now. So first off, what you gotta know is this thing's literally a super bike with handlebars. There's no difference. Get around these novices here really quick. This is a mixed track day here today, so click down a gear here. Head up to third. Still warming up our tires. Playing it nice and easy. Go around the outside here. The Tuono is just ridiculously capable. It feels like you're gonna get ripped off. I can't believe this thing, man. This is a naked bike? Really? Now you guys can tell my pace is still quite ginger. It's not my bike. And it is a little hairy to ride, I'm not gonna lie. It's a serious bike. Doesn't feel very easy to hustle around the track, but boy does it make the right noises. Trying to catch up to this group up here. That feels a little unfair since I'm on a bike I don't really know. There we go. You notice I'm not talking a ton because the Tuono is pretty intense to ride, but we can kick it around here a little bit. Get can barely get it full gas, but we'll try pushing a little harder now. We got some heat in the tires. Come on, Tuono. Gears are nice and long on it. Very confidence inspiring. Down one gear right there, easy, nice long gears. Missed that apex a teensy bit. Ridiculous, man. There's no way it only makes 175 horsepower. It's so fast. Still trying to catch up to that group up there. Did a little too much on the brakes there. I mean, the thing is literally a super bike. This is the most capable naked bike I've ever put on track, no doubt. Now, I'm not running a lap timer because I literally couldn't fit it on the bike and I couldn't fit it in my suit, so I'll have to kind of eyeball it. It's serious business and it's serious work. Keep missing that apex, that's unfortunate. I cannot believe how much grunt it has. It is so unrelentingly fast. It feels like an R1. It seriously feels like an R1. It's ridiculous. That front group's still right ahead of me. That front a little bit, pick it up. As you guys can tell, I'm not saying a lot because the thing is just unrelentingly fast and a lot of work to ride. These naked ergonomics, make it pretty tough to stay on the boil. Can't really escape the wind. Serious bike. Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's serious business. serious business. Come on, Yam, there we go. A little closer to that apex this time. I don't know why I've been missing that apex every single lap. Prepare yourself for how much power this thing can deliver. Catch yourself off guard, it's going to literally rip you right off the handlebars. Oh, a bunch of first-time riders here. Got a lot of traffic up here. Cruising with the Tuono. God, the auto blipper's so nice. Some more traffic here. Try to be gentle to these guys, but I do need to get by you. I'm getting lazy. My brain is like I'm on a naked bike. Do I really have to actually push? I guess the answer is yes, because that's what you guys want to see, right? Holy man! Alright guys, heading out for one more lap and then we're going to pit in. I think I've got enough fun on the Tuono here. I can't believe this motorcycle, man. I can't believe they sell it to you like this. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna put handlebars on an RSP4, that's fine. It's so aggressive! Such an aggressive, angry bike. Kind of scary to open up the tap, so I'm not gonna lie. The auto blip is just butter. Absolute butter on the auto blip. But back here on the straight, oh my god! That is ridiculous. Come on, Aprilia, that's crazy. That is so silly. Alright, why don't we do a cool down lap? not that I'd want to stay on track with the Aprilia Tuono. Come on, of course not. I'm very professional, I've got a job to do. Now let's just do a chill little cool down lap here and just talk about the bike a little bit. take it on track. But the question is, should you? You know? I guess for an intermediate level track day rider, it'll probably work. However, it's just, man, is it a handful. Like, it works beautifully. Don't get me wrong. It works so beautifully side to side, this electronic suspension, all this stuff, it's amazing. But it does feel a little extra, if you know what I mean. Guys, let's pit out. We've been just dicking around with the Aprilia on track. You know, in a weird way, that kind of makes it a goon bike, honestly, with these handlebars and this crazy top-end power. It's kind of a goon bike, and I'm, you know, I feel nice just kind of poodling around here, mid-corner, goofing with it. Alright, let's look, should I chase this guy down? Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Alrighty, everybody, wrapping the day up here with the Aprilia Tuono V4 1100 factory. First of all, this thing is an absolute rocket ship. There's no way it only makes 175 horsepower because it feels absolutely insane. And if you don't believe me, here's a quick clip of one of the sport bike rider coaches coming up mid-filming and telling me how fast it was, because it is insane. Yo!
That thing has a motor.
I know, it is.
Oh my god!
I didn't want to spook you on the back straight, but I was like, I gotta go up next to him, you know? Yeah.
That thing has a motor.
They say 175. I don't believe him. It feels like 190. It's crazy. The naked ergos just make it feel even faster on track. Your sense of speed is amplified when you're on this thing, and on the back straight of Eagles Canyon here, as I was clipping damn near 150 miles per hour, it felt like I was going to absolutely just fly off the back of the thing. I'm not even kidding. It's unbelievable. It is super confidence inspiring. This thing is literally a super bike with handlebars. It feels every bit as composed and elegant as a super bike, an R1, an RSV4, or something like that. It just happens to have handlebars. That's really the only difference. It's kind of crazy. But honestly, it's a lot harder to ride than a super bike on track because of those handlebars, because of those ergonomics. The thing is just constantly pitching the front wheel up. It is truly still a hooligan motorcycle, and there's a reason why these have a bit of a tendency and a reputation to be considered squid motorcycles over in Europe. The electronic suspensions and the doodads, honestly, those are kind of farkles in my opinion. I really couldn't tell if it was any better or worse by having those pieces of equipment, and I'm a relatively experienced track day guy. Now, I'm not an expert rider by any means. I'm not a professional rider, as you guys know. I'm just a track day enthusiast and club racer, probably like the 60th or 70th percentile or something like that. The first few corners you get this thing on track, you can tell it's kind of thinking and trying to sort itself out. You're building up the heat in the tires. It feels a little funny, and then probably about half a lap in, it's just dialed in, ready to get to work, and it is just unrelenting how much it pulls and how fast it is. The auto blipper is just sublime on this motorcycle, easily one of the best I've ever felt. The soundtrack is glorious. It's got this buttery smooth power delivery. The word I would use for it is just creamy, velvety. It's so buttoned up, so butter smooth. The engine just has mountains of torque everywhere, just a plateau of torque. However, the throttle response is a little interesting. It seems to be that there's no functional difference between 50% throttle and wide open throttle. It's not a super linear throttle response. There were many times where I did it just to test, where I'd had it at 50% throttle and then 100% throttle, and I didn't feel like it was giving me more power. So in the track mode that I set this up in, it probably had a very aggressive throttle mapping. So that's something you Tuono owners should keep in mind. But again, this is a ride-by-wire system, so I'm sure you can go in there and program it to whatever your heart's content. For example, on our Yamaha R1 we had last year's giveaway bike, I never liked A mode, which is the track mode. I preferred B mode, which was a little bit more easy to tame on the throttle. However, this bike's a lot of fun to ride on track, I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't elicit, blistering lap time so much as it does a fun factor. However, it makes a difficult case for itself as a kind of first-timer's track bike. I think this motorcycle, if you are a rider who's been on the street a long time and you've kind of went through the ladder of power and you're ended up on this thing and you're thinking of doing your first track day, you will have a very difficult time hustling this thing around a racetrack as a intermediate or entry-level track day rider. This is a super serious machine and is really hard to wring out to anywhere near what it can do, but it's still a ton of fun and it makes a great sound. So thanks again to Eurocycle for sending over this bike for me to demo a little bit and have some fun with. If you guys want to get a motorcycle that is in that European kind of flavor, your Aprilias, your Hayabusas, your Ducatis, definitely check them out in the link below, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you later.
Hey there, partner, you done made it to the end of this here Yami Noob video, but I tell you what, there's another Yami Noob video right over here waiting for you. Now, I know I'm real gracious like that, and I just do nice things for you, so why don't you take a look at this video, and you let me know what you think.